What's up YouTube, this is Joe from Zephyr Wargames, and as you can see I'm bringing to you guys a Dragunity deck profile. This is using the brand new Dragunity support that we received in Ghosts from the Past, which is amazing Dragunity support. Still a shame it didn't come as an actual structured deck, but barring all that, it doesn't matter in the end because they're all lovely ultra rares now and they just look fantastic, and they are fantastic. So I'm going to give you guys this very, what I want to say, basic profile. If you want more in-depth, more analytical, and just overall like really good Dragunity profiles and stuff and combos and things like that, I would highly suggest check out Phoenix Flare X, as he is what I believe to be the Dragunity expert. Like, I unfortunately never got to play this deck when it was like meta relevant, because it was just very expensive at the time. Barring just the structure deck, all the actual good stuff that was outside the structure deck was insanely pricey, so I never got to get into this deck. So I don't really know all the ins and outs of the particular combos, but what I believe is that until he brings out his own more in-depth profile, this is a really good base that you can use. It has some like reasonings behind it, the text and the ratios that you would play. There is one card that unfortunately didn't arrive in the post in time when recording this video, so I'll mention that as I get through the profile. So I don't want to ramble too long on this, so before I get into it, so if you enjoy this, give us a like and subscribe down below, ding that notification bell, because obviously if you enjoy person's content here on YouTube, you don't want to miss out on that content, and that notification bell helps prevent that. And all of that is great appreciated, and we thank you guys so much for doing so. So, with all that said and done, let's get into this Dragunity deck profile. So, starting off with probably the best of the winged beasts is Dragunity Senatus. This literally is a pretty much one card combo, barring the discard, which if you discard a tuner, you can just go all on combo, which is just absolutely fantastic. What's great about this deck, Dragunities in general, is that you don't actually need to use things like Christian Hackley Vibrax. If you have it and you have the space for it, and if your build supports it, you can play it and it can help with particular combos. But in all honesty, you don't really need to play something like that, because some of your best cards like Senatus lock you into dragons, so you can't really at all times use something like Christian Hackley Vibrax. So, but yes, Dragunity Senatus is just fantastic. I do play 2 ducks as the additional normal summon. A lot of builds, and probably like again Phoenix's profile, he would probably play 1 as well. I've gone with 2 just because unfortunately my copies of Garuda the Wind Spirit didn't arrive in time, and that is definitely something that I would be playing in the deck at like 2 of, and for that I would drop 1 of these ducks. But ducks, if it's set up, is a very strong normal summon, so I do want to see it in some ratios. One of the brand new cards is Dragunity Legatus. I do see people jumping around between 2 and 3s of this card. I think 2 is a really nice flexible number, because you do search this if you need it, and it's a really good extender. So this is one of the brand new cards. It's a level 4 winged beast with 1800 attack and 1200 defense. If you control Dragon's Ravine or Dragunity monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If a Dragunity monster card or cards in your spell and trap card zone, you can target 1 spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. Use each event of Dragunity Legatus once per turn. So what's a cool thing about Dragunities is that they have a pseudo 1 card combo that gets you a crystal ring within 5 summons. So which is fantastic, and Legatus, along with the brand new Dragunity Remus, is that combo, which is just a fantastic combo, and it's something that don't be surprised if you see it in a future Rocket Link profile, because I think it's a fantastic 1 card combo. It is a combo that does lock you into dragons and does use specific text in your main deck, but it's worth it. If you can get a monster negate within 5 summons, and a really strong one at that, I say play it. And Remus is part of that, because Remus, if you don't know, brand new card, love the card, is a cannot be used as synchro material except for synchro summon of a Dragunity monster. You can discard this card, add 1 Dragon's Ravine from your deck to your hand. If you control a Dragunity monster, you can special summon this card from your graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also, you cannot special summon monster from your deck for the rest of this turn except dragon monsters. You can use each effect of Remus once per turn. So what you don't, if you don't know what the pseudo 1 card combo is that you ditch Remus, search Ravine, play Ravine, discard a card to then search Legatus, special Legatus, then you special summon back Remus from your graveyard, use these 2 to make your Gaydog. Gaydog then searches you a Mist Valley Baby Rock and then discards the Baby Rock, then Baby Rock summons itself back, and then you make your Crystal Ring. Literally fantastic combo, and it's something I will be trying to implement in my Rocket Dragon Link deck, which is just going to be very fun to toy around with. But yes, free Remus because it's actually Dragon's Ravine, and that's literally why you want to play it. Free Phalanx, probably like the next best tuner in the deck, or probably the best tuner arguably in the deck. It got a lovely ultra rare reprint in Ghosts from the Past, so that's very fantastic as well. 2 copies of Dragunity Koos. You want to play some good enough amount of ratios of the Dragunity tuners, so I think this is a nice good ratio at the moment. You could probably drop Koos down to 2 because you do have the Remus as well, which is also another tuner. But the problem with Remus, probably the only problem with Remus is that it can't summon itself from the spell and trap card zone, unlike Koos and Phalanx, so that's why you want to have a lot of ratios of those. 1 copy Mist Valley Baby Rock. You can play this at 2, and I do see a lot of people playing it at 2. I would probably be playing at 2, but I didn't pull any from my box of Ghosts from the Past, and I forgot to ask Dale to send me some as well when I bought the rest of the stuff. So I probably should have got a second copy, but hey ho, 1 copy is still good enough. And then for the last of the Dragunity monsters themselves, I play 3 one-ofs, is 1 Armor Mistletoe, 1 Armor Laverton, and 1 of the brand new Armor Graham. So what Graham does is that you can banish 2 dragon and or winged beast monsters from your graveyard, special card from your hand or graveyard. You can target 1 face-up monster, its effects are negated, also it loses a fast attack for each equipped card you control. When your opponent's monster is destroyed by battle and sent to graveyard, you can equip it to this card. Use each effect of Armor Graham once per turn. So he is a pseudo negate in a way, in terms of like a main deck boss monster, so I do like to play it as a one-off tech. But unfortunately he's not a quick effect. If he was a quick effect, it'd be a lot better. And I would definitely be seeing people playing builds around this guy in general. But still a good card. Laverton is like the new, when I start this metal in like all your combos now, it's just a fantastic card to play. And Mistletoe is just like 10 times better thanks to Dragunity Glow, which you'll see later on in these spell sections. But you only play 1 of them because they're all accessible via your links and your glows, so that's why we only play 1 of each. We are then playing for the non-Dragunity cards. We're playing 1 Sephiroth Elite, just a fantastic winged beast to search off your Gaydog in mid combos. 1 copy of Tempest, and I'm going to throw in the Gold Sack as well with the Tempest because that's literally there together. And we're playing the 1 Supreme King Dragon Darkworm because we are playing 3 copies of Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon. This card in this deck is just busted, like absolutely busted. He is a 1 card extender because he literally gets you to the Darkworm, which then you can ditch off your Ravine and that kind of stuff as well, which then gives you a free extender. If you wanted to play like the Gate 0, you can. I just personally don't want to because it's just a pointless brick to add to the deck just so that you can search. Yeah, it's discard fodder for Ravine, but it's just no point. I'd rather play other useful cards in the deck. But the other cool things about Revolution Dragon is that he's never dead. Extra copies in your hand you can just place in your spell and trap card zone as scales to then just use this other effect to revive your Dragunity Synchros to get more uses out of them because the Dragunity synchros, like Gaydog, aren't once per turn, which is just fantastic. So Revolution Dragon is an insane card. Definitely advise picking up copies of this card. For the last of the monsters, we are playing the one Morphage Goliath. You either summon this off your Pisty from your deck for a full 2750 attack that blocks off the extra deck, or you can summon this off a Erratic Seal later in the game for a nice, again, extra deck lock. Moving on to spells, 3 copies of Dragon's Ravine and the 1 Terraforming. I feel like now that you don't need things like set rotation with an additional field spell target, because we have the Remus now, which is just fantastic. We have 7 copies of Dragon's Ravine, not including the extra deck as well, which is fantastic for this deck. We are playing 1 copy of Dragunity Divine Lance and then the 1 copy of the brand new Dragunity Glow. Glow is just insane. You could probably play 2 copies of it, but I feel like you're just going to search this off your Link monster, which is just fantastic. So what this card does is that you can add 1 level 5 or higher Dragunity monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 monster in your spell trap card zone, equip to a Dragunity monster and special summon it in defense position. Use each effect of Glow once per turn. This literally turns your Link monster Romulus into a search any Dragunity monster in your deck that's level 5 or higher, which is just great, which then essentially means search Mistleton, and then Mistleton summons itself out, and then you can then get back a then you can equip a Gaydog to it, which then you can then use Glow's Effect Engrave to banish it, special summon the Gaydog from your spell and trap card zone. Gaydog then activates, adding Zephyros to then discard Zephyros. Then you've got 2 level 6 on board. You can make Hieratic Dragon King of Atum, and then Atum gets you additional things like your Leviton, which then Leviton gets a tuner from your graveyard and that summons itself, and it's just, the combos just literally keep going. Glow is a fantastic card, so you definitely need to play copies of it. 1 copy of Instant Fusion, because it's just a nice free extender for your deck. 3 copies of Cards of Consonance. You can probably ditch this if you really wanted to, and then you can play like other personal texts and like other personal cards. But I'm liking the Cards of Consonance because we have so many tuner targets, so just being able to play this, bait our hand trap, and if not, dig through our deck and then put tuners in the graveyard for usage later. It's just pretty handy. 1 copy of Monster Reborn, 1 copy of Corvin Grave, and the only trap card I'm taking in is the 1 copy of Dragunity Obliterate. So it's a counter trap. When your opponent activates a spell trap card while you control a Dragunity Synchro monster, negate the activation if you do banish that card. Then, if you control a level 10 Dragunity monster, you can have 1 Dragunity monster you control gain 100 attack for each face-up card that is currently banished. You can activate 1 Dragunity Obliterate once per turn. I really like this card. It's a nice little one-off tech because Dragunity wants to go first. So being able to have a main deck card in Archetype, you can just set as just an additional spell trap card back row and negation, which is pretty handy. Because a lot of our boss monster synchros are monster effect negations. So again, being able to have that 1 card that helps deal with the back row is pretty good. So that's it for main deck. Moving on to the extra deck for synchros, we are playing the 1 Dragunity Knight Gaydog. This is just absolutely fantastic card. 1 copy of Dragunity Knight Vajrayana. 1 copy of Dragunity Knight Ascalon. Ascalon is like your go second, along with our Dragunity Knight Oribe. So Oribe, what's pretty cool about the Dragunity Synchro boss monsters is that we have 1 to go second and 1 to go first, which is pretty cool in my personal opinion. So if you don't know what Oribe does, is that he is, I believe, a level 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Level 10 Dragon Synchro, 3300 attack and 3200 defense. Takes a Dragunity tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can bash 1 Dragunity monster from your graveyard. Negate the activation if you do banish that card. If this card destroys opponent's monster by battle after damage calculation, you can banish that opponent's monster. If this synchro summon card in its owner's control is destroyed by opponent's card, you can destroy all spell and trap cards your opponent controls. Here's each effect of Dragunity Ignite Oribe once per turn. So really good, fantastic synchro monster that if you can get out on with your end board, just gives you nice good effect negation and banishment as well. So as I said, you got your go first and you got your go second. For the generic synchro boss monster, we are playing the Crystal Ring and Savage Dragon. For our XCs, we're only playing the one, which is Hieratic Dragon, King of Autumn. It's pretty much been a stable card for Dragunity ever since it came out. One copy of Mavelus. It's just a instant fusion target. That's a winged beast as well that you can summon out. That's level 4. And then for our Link monsters, playing one Darkness Metal, the Dragon of Dark Steel for our Link 4 extender. One copy of Triple Burst Dragon. You use this in your combo to help set up your Guard Dragons, and then you can go into the Dragon Dark Steel, and then you equip this with your Savage Dragon for 3 negates. I've gone for 2 copies of the Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spears because you tend to use one in your combo just because it is a generic Dragon Link monster that you can use to make. If you don't want to play 2 copies, you can. I would probably advise to play the Buster Blade of Whelp because it is literally just a generic Link 2 dragon that you can make when you're locked under dragons. Or you could just double up on your Romulus, which is a fantastic card in this deck. Then we're playing the 1 LP and the 1 Pisty to round up the extra deck and the deck profile as a whole. So guys, if you enjoyed this, give us a like and subscribe down below. As I said before, I am not the Dragunity expert as much as I would love to be, because I think Dragunities are just an amazingly cool and fun deck. I'm not the expert. If you want expert advice on Dragunities, again, do check out Phoenix Flare X on YouTube. Hopefully he'll post his own updated profile with all the new support soon, which then we can all get expert advice on Dragunities. So that's my advice to you all. But again, hope you enjoy this profile. As I said before, just quickly, I find this to be a good basic template for Dragunities. I would advise to get all of these cards personally, and then you can upgrade it as you go once you start learning the deck a lot more, and then get to figure out how you want to play it. So as always guys, like, comment and subscribe. Till next time, as always, happy dueling.